Hi, good morning one and all. My name is K. Munisankar, and the motive of creating this video is a part of assignment called OER, Open Educational Resource, under online course offered by IIT Bombay X, a course name called FDP201x, Pedagogy for Online and Blended Teaching Learning Process. With team members 3 from RCID 1531 with the team ID 1531-011, and the team members G. Rekha, she is our team lead, and the second one G. Radhika, she is a team member, and myself KONDIREDDY Munisankar. And the motive of creating this video is giving some knowledge on control structures. Under control structures, today I'm going to cover unconditional statements and remaining conditional statements and the looping statement, which will be covered by our colleague team members, 2 members. And here in this video is completely related to a domain called computer science and computer application. The students, those who are under computer science or computer applications, and the programming language which we choose here is programming in C, and the speaker is myself, KONDIREDDY Munisankar. And the video is targeted to students, those who are undergraduate students, BTech first year or second year, and BSc computer science and BCom computer applications. And the topic today I'm going to cover in this video is related to control structures. Under control structures, I'm going to cover unconditional statements. Here the course or the topic object is designed to provide knowledge on unconditional statements in C language. So students will able to develop logic which they want to implement programming by using unconditional statements, and which helps them to create programs or applications in C. And also by learning the basic programming constructs, they can also easily switch over to another programming languages like C++ or in Java or in Visual Basic in future. And coming to the learning outcomes, here a student can gain a crystal clear knowledge both in terms of both theory and practical after the completion of the topic, the video which I'm going to deliver. And the students will able to develop small applications by using control structures. Anyhow, now I'm going to giving a small topic on unconditional statements, and my colleagues, the team members, will cover the remaining part like conditional statements and looping statements. And the minimum eligible criteria is a basic knowledge of computers and curiosity in students to learn simple logics so that they can develop simple programs or in their applications. And the books recommended for referencing about the topic which I choose is from 3 books. One is Programming in C called ASCII C by Balguruswamy, and second one is Let Us See by Yashwant Kanikar, and the third one, a first course in programming in C by D. G. Open. And coming to the introduction, control structures. In generally, a program is nothing but a collection of programs. We call it as a set of instructions. So a program is a set of instructions or statements to perform a specific task. So here I'm not covering the complete details about what is program and structure, all these things. And now I want to give you some a briefing about control flow, because now I'm going to deal with control structures, unconditional statements. So I want to give some information about the control, like called as a flow control, the program control flow. So control flow is the way a program causes the flow of execution to advance and branch based on changes in the data state. In generally, the statements are executed in a sequence in which they appear. Such sequential execution can be controlled using control structures. So the main agenda of control structures is it has a major impact on executing program, like the control structure which controls the flow of a program. And there are three types of control statements which are generally available in programming languages. The first one is selection or conditional branching statements. Here, based on the condition, the part of the program code will be executed, and remaining part of the code may be skipped based on the condition. And the second one is looping statements, we call it as iterative statements, which repeats the same code based on some condition. It will execute n number of times until if the condition meets, until the condition meets. If once the condition is fails, it will exit from the loop and executes the remaining code. Here, the motive of looping statements is to repeat the set of instructions based on the condition n number of times. And the third one, jumping statements, also called as unconditional statements, which is which the jumping of statements from one place to another place without any conditions. So, as which we discussed previously, conditional statements or looping statements. These two will be based on a condition. If once the condition is true, then the conditional branching statements or the looping statements will execute. But coming to the unconditional statements, here without any condition, the control in a program has to jump from one place to another place without any condition. And today I'm going to cover a topic on jumping statements called as unconditional statements. So in unconditional statements, unconditional transfer statements. So in C has 4 statements that perform an unconditional control transfer. They are go to, break, continue, and return. Of course, in C programming, these 4 are also called as keywords, which have a specific task. And here in this unconditional statements, the first one is go to statement, and the second one is a break statement, and third one is continue, and fourth one return. Among these, a return is used only in functions and functions. After performing any operation in a function, after finally it has to return some value to the called function. And the go to and return may be used anywhere in the program, but continue and break statements may be used only in conjunction with looping statements. And the break is most used frequently in switch cases, where based on the switch value it will go to a condition. After performing, in switch, based on the case switch value, it will go to a case. After completion of the case, it has to be exit from the case. So here, in generally, the break is mostly used in switch case statement. The first one is go to statement. Here, go to is a jumping statement in C language which transfers the program control from one statement to another statement with the help of a label which is defined in the goto statement. The goto statement does not require any condition. The statement pass control anywhere in the program without considering any condition. C means in the goto statement, the control will jump from one place to another place based on the label, and goto can transfer the programs within the same block, and there must be a label. So where the label will find from the current position to the label, it will jump either from one place to another place. And defining a label is defined with a name and followed with colon, and the name should be valid identifier. The name of the label should be a valid identifier which is followed with the colon name. And the transferring control from one place to another place by using goto. Program control can be transferred by using the keyword called goto to the label name where it is specified in the program. So it will jump from one place to another place. So there are two types of styles are there for goto statement. One is which can move from down to top or top to bottom. We call it as a bottom, we call down. So in goto statements, the program transfer either from bottom to top or top to bottom. In the first style, the transferring the control from down to top. Here the label name is on the top, and the statements are given one by one after that. And in the given example here, in the if statement, once the if statement is true, then it will go for goto. And here the goto statement instructs the label name, so it will go back to the where from top to bottom or from bottom to top here. And here, if any test condition is true, then goto will transfer the program control to the specific label name. Why? Because here the goto statement is followed with a label name. So on the top you can find the label name with some instruction. That instruction has to be executed. And here the example here is to print a number of numbers from 1 to 10 by using goto statement. Here you can see the repeat is a label and which is followed. And here if the condition is less than or equal to 10, then the condition is true, then it will go for repeat. And the control from here to here, the repeat to the repeat, it will transfer from down to top, and it will execute the program code until the condition, if condition, is failed. And the sample output of the program is generating numbers from 1 to 10. Here the goto statement is at the bottom, we call it as a down, and the label is at top. When it reaches the goto statement, it will jump the state control from goto to a label called repeat and will execute without any condition. And in the second style, the transferring the control from top to bottom, here is the label will be on the top and the goto statement will be there. And here the goto label name is on the top and the label name is at the bottom, so it will jump from top to bottom. So here you can see the goto statement, and this is an example for the second one called transferring the control from top to bottom. Here in this program, it is a program which is going to give a demonstration on top to bottom. And here you can see here go to